Okay, this is the 16th in the series of videos on the construction of a workload tracker. In the last video, we opened FRM main and we worked on our CPT code search and included a post to list button so that a CPT code could be put in here and immediately posted to your database TBL list. Okay, in reviewing things, it comes to my attention that one of the tabs has been deleted. One of the pages, I should say. One of the pages has been deleted, and as such has created a little bit of an issue where we're going to do a little bit of work on the. I've been promising we've been getting into the design view, but before we do that, I'm going to go to the click event on this button, which is the 10021 FNA without imaging, and collapse all. Control A, which selects all of the fields, and then go Control C. Close it, and we don't need to save anything. Okay, we can bring up a notepad and right-click and paste, and we pasted the XML text of that macro into a notepad. And we'll just move that off screen for a minute. We'll go to design view, and we will start deleting these pages one by one. There's probably an easier way to do it, but after the last page, the whole thing will disappear. All right, and we can start with a new tab control that isn't truncated. Okay, well, we'll just move it down. Good. Move it down. Not bad. Move it down one more. Okay. And we can start assigning, bring up the property sheet, and for page 41, we can give it a different name, give it a different caption. Valuation management. Okay, for page 43, we can just call it office procedures. And now it's very easy to make a lot more tabs, even for surgeries, and I think I showed that before, but for purposes of this, I'm going to just leave it to 2 tabs. They're easy to add. You just right click and say insert page, and it'll put another page in there, but let's leave it at this for now. And I'll go back to our tab control 41, and we'll go again and assign this some attributes. Back color, black, no, not black. Back color will be, that's nice. And the border style is solid. The border color can be pure black. The hover color, make it a nice blue. I think that'll be all right. Well, we can check that. Let's see what it looks like. The hover, yeah, that's not bad. Okay. And back to design view. Not sure if I like that. Let's look at the hover color. Make it a little less blue. And the press color, I think we want this color. Yeah, that's not bad. And the hover for color, make it black. Let's check where we're at. Yeah. And for the press, make that gray. Press for color. Let's see, for color, gray. It's too gray. Let's see, less gray. All right, let's try that. All right, so when you hover on it, you can see it. And when you click on it, it kind of grays it out. Okay, so here we are in Design View under Evaluation and Management, and we'll pull down a button. Click Cancel, and we'll give the button, we can give the button a name, 99244 3.02 CPT RVU values, and it's an office consultation. All right. Now, before we do anything else, we can go to the Events tabs, click on the ellipses, do the macro builder. And if you remember, we bring this back on screen. We copied the XML text, so we can do Control A on that, Control C, and get rid of that. Put it cursor bar here, do our Control V, and there's all our XML text replaced into this macro. But the button is 99244, so we'll save and close, save and form view. All right, let's see if it works. You know what we can do? We'll just save and close. We'll save it. Go to TBL list, Control A, hold Control, right click, delete all records, 16 records. Save and close. Go back to our FRM main, and there's no records. Let's press on this button. Okay, it works. And you know, some people may not want Tuesday here, and you could, if you wanted to. Let's see if we can. There we go. Drag it over in front of the date, or even before the date. It's all personal preference. Now, we can do the same thing for the office procedure, and we can put a button on this form, cancel that, and the button that we've been liking to use, the name of it anyway, has been the, for an office procedure, might be the 10021, 1.27, FNA without, okay, and that might be an office procedure. And we can assign a click event, build a macro. Now it's still on the clipboard, the XML text, and there it is. And it's still the right one, so we don't need to do too much here. Save and form view. Okay, so here's one little minor problem that we definitely know how to get around. If you click here, you generate another record. If you click here, you'll generate another record, but on opening and closing, it always defaults back to the first tab. So to prove I'm right, yes. So you put in another record, and it defaulted back to evaluation and management. You may want to be there anyway, but to get around this, so when you click, you stay on office procedures, there is a little technique you can use. Take a text box, put it on the form, get rid of the label. This is an unbound form. and you want to give it a name. Here they call it TXT46. I don't know if I can remember that. TXT1. All right, so the name now of this button is TXT1, and we can give it a back color of this. To match this, we can actually change the size, 0.1, because we really don't want to see it, 0.1. And we can make the border width, I can't change that, but the border style can be transparent, and the font size can be 6. And let's see what the forecolor is. We can make the forecolor the same as that. And is there still, did I mess up? Forecolor, text alignment, font weight, in. Okay, we'll save that. Form view. Okay, you really don't even, okay, you don't even see it. So the only thing that you need to modify on this button so that it doesn't jump around on you would be to add a new macro action. Go to Control, and which control you're going to want to go to, TXT1, and we'll move that up right to the point before you remove all temporary variables. Save that and close it. Save and form view. So now let's click on it, and we didn't jump back to evaluation and management. Okay, it does flash this this number up here, and there is something you can do about that. We'll close that and double click on this. You can make the font a little smaller, a whole lot smaller. It kind of looks unusual. You can thin this down to a very small line. If you get too small, it will actually disappear, but you want to keep it on there. So save. If it disappears, then it'll just flash the next column in line. So we'll save that, close that, and now we'll go back to FRM main. Click here. You can see it's not quite as intrusive. And that's it. Okay, I think I'll stop right there, and we'll pick it up next time while we're start building a little bit more into the design view and show you how to put on some labels. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Hope to see you in the next video.